Hello, friends, and welcome to the Nail Source podcast. I'm your host, Amy Masters, nail tech educator and mentor who spent more than 30 years helping other nail professionals build their confidence in themselves and in their business. Each week, we're talking about real strategies that help you grow, from nail techniques and client relationships to pricing, boundaries. Today, we're going to talk about timing and how to build your career that you actually love and will support you. Because being a great nail tech isn't just about the beautiful nails. It's about building confidence, creating those connections, and turning your talent into a thriving business. So grab a cup, listen in, and let's get started. Today, we're talking about something that almost every nail tech has struggled with at some point. How do I get faster, but without sacrificing the quality? Because if you've ever looked at the clock like halfway through the set and you realize that you still have shaping, art, top coat, cuticle oil left to go, you're not alone. That pressure is real. And honestly, our industry has made a lot of newer techs feel like they're just not doing like a full set in an hour, that somehow they're failing. Meanwhile, clients are showing up with AI pictures, multiple inspiration photos, hand painted nail art, overlays with repairs, maybe custom shaping, dry cuticles, damaged nails, retention issues, and they're wanting a therapy session during their appointment too. So today we're going to break down realistic timing expectations, how to build your speed properly, and why rushing actually is costing many nail techs more time in the long run. So first, let's normalize longer appointment times. Like 3 to 5 hours in the beginning, it's incredibly normal, especially if you're newer, you care about detail, you're doing art, and you're still building that muscle memory. Like years ago, clients mostly just got acrylic, one color, and that usually air dried, or maybe a French tip. Now clients want chrome, layered art, glitter, structured manicures, detailed cuticle work, custom shaping with all these luxury finishes. The service has evolved, but somehow this industry expectation for timing didn't. And that creates pressure. But speed, it should never come before safety, sanitation, retention, and quality. Because a rushed 1 hour set that lifts 5 days is not actually fast. It's just an incomplete work that creates more repair appointments later. I believe that normalizing the appointments with longer times allowed should be part of the consultation. It should be shared when you see what the client currently has and what they are wanting. It should be a time frame that's needed to provide the service along with the pricing, and then you book it. I did share a lot about this in detail in episode number 10 on how to attract, book, and consult your clients. Now, most nail techs think that they're slow because of their application. Honestly, most of the time it's lost in disorganization or indecision, maybe on what products to use or what design to do. It's from switching their tools repeatedly, maybe overfiling or redoing some steps, and searching for products and colors. Plus, the clients tend to change their minds about halfway mid-service. That's why organization changes everything. So I've come up with some quick tips that I feel actually work. Okay. Number 1, set up before your client arrives. Have communication with the client. If they're new, you should have done a consultation and you know how much time is needed, what they're going to be, getting for that day so that you can set that up. If it's an existing client, you kind of already know what maybe they like, or maybe they've sent you a picture of an inspiration of what they'd like to have. Then you could have your colors picked out, your art inspiration is ready, everything's clean, organized, maybe even tips are prepared. Number 2, keep the products in order. I know this may sound tiny, but it saves you so much mental energy. I want you to line up everything, like on a shelf next to you or along the side of your desk, and have it in order. Your cotton ball, your file, what you need for prep, the base, the structure, the color, the art, the top coat, and then your finishing products. And when your brain doesn't have to constantly search you naturally start moving faster. Number 3, keep working while you're talking. This one makes me laugh because it's so true. Like, you can constantly maintain connection with your client without stopping every 20 seconds. I knew a lot of newer techs, they accidentally pause while they're chatting. They pause again while they're thinking. They pause again while they're deciding. Maybe these tiny pauses could actually add on an extra hour to that service. Okay, number 4, keep your service moving. A great example would be like soak offs. So instead of removing one full hand completely and then starting the second hand, like, work in stages. Maybe file down the first hand and then soak the first hand. And then while that one's soaking, you would then file down the second hand and then, go back and forth and return to the first hand. This allows that appointment to keep flowing. So we know the only thing you can do to get faster is practice. And honestly, that's the truth, but we just don't want to hear that over and over again. Like, there is no magic brush, bit, there's no secret shortcut. Speed comes from repetition, confidence comes from repetition, and muscle memory. So the more sets that you do, the less you overthink, the smoother your motions become, and the faster your brain processes each step. You stop second guessing every movement that you make. That's when timing improves naturally. In my Spark, Ignite, and Shine program, I work a lot with techs who need help with timing. And one of the things that we do is we have them create a private Facebook group. And they put me in there and they record themselves doing an appointment. I think this is one of the best exercises for every tech. You can see your actual time, your prep, your structure, your shaping, art removal. You get to replay that and see what you can do better. Because most techs think that one step is taking forever, but it's actually another area that's stealing that time. Sometimes it's in shaping. It's in the color choices are taking too long, or their conversations are taking too long, over filing. And it changes everything. So being aware and seeing your own work and being honest with yourself, that can have growth. I see a lot of posts online of like, how much time does it take for you to do this picture? Well, I can tell you, I've interviewed some of the top artists, and they've been honest with me. On average, for some of the pictures that they share out on social media, it has taken them 4 to 5 hours. We do not see everything that happens behind the scenes. What we see is a picture. We have to stop comparing ourselves to that. We don't know. We can't also compare ourselves to somebody who's been in the industry for so many years. What you're seeing is highlighted reels, edited videos, sped up content, and experienced muscle memory. What you're not seeing is their early struggles, like their 4-hour appointments, their frustration, their learning curve. Like, every skilled nail tech once felt slow. Every single one of us has. This is why I speak and teach systems so heavily, because timing can feel overwhelming and it can give anxiety. But it's about simplification, consistency, being organized, and that will build that confidence. And when you know your products, your structure, your timing, your clients' habits, and your service flow, everything gets smoother. And that's where your true efficiency comes from, not from rushing. So thank you for spending this time with me today. If today's episode helped you, inspired you, or made you think a little bit differently about your timing, share it with another nail tech who might need to hear it too. Because when we support each other in this industry, we grow stronger. And if you're wanting more help with nail structure, timing, client relationships, make sure you check out the online workshops, mentorships, and resources through the nailsource.store. Until next time, keep creating, keep learning, and keep trusting your expertise. I believe in you.